In this video, you will learn about phrases, specifically three types of phrases. A phrase is a group of related words used as a single part of speech. It complements the overall structure of a sentence. A phrase lacks both subject and object. Hence, a phrase cannot stand alone to give a complete meaning. Its function depends upon its construction and place in a sentence. Depending upon its function in the sentence, phrases are divided into various types. Here, we will focus on three: the prepositional phrase, infinitive phrase, and gerund phrase. First, prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase is a phrase introduced by a preposition. When we say preposition, it is a word or group of words used before a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase to show direction, time, place, location, spatial relationships, or to introduce an object. A prepositional phrase comes with the noun or pronoun, which is called the object of the preposition. It answers the question when, where, and how. For example, I lost my book inside the school premises. The phrase inside the school premises answers the question where. Where did I lost my book? Inside the school premises. The first word is inside, which is a preposition. So it is a phrase introduced by a preposition. Thus, it is a prepositional phrase. Next one. The students will be here at noon. The phrase at noon answers the question when. When will the students be here? At noon. The first word is at, which is a preposition. Therefore, it is a prepositional phrase because the phrase is introduced by a preposition. Last one for this one. We will walk by feet in going to the church. The phrase by feet answers the question how. How will they walk in going to the church? By feet. By is a preposition, so the phrase is introduced by a preposition. This is an example of a prepositional phrase. Let us now proceed to the next type of phrases, infinitive phrase. Infinitive phrase is a phrase introduced by an infinitive verb. Let us have to plus the base form of the verb. Again, to plus the base form of the verb. For example, Grace prefers to stay home. The phrase to stay home is introduced by an infinitive, which is to. Thus, it is an infinitive phrase. One more. I do not want to play physical games. The phrase to play physical games is also introduced by to, which is an infinitive. This is an infinitive phrase. Last one for this one. To sum up, we need more evidences. To sum up is the phrase yes, introduced by infinitive to. This is an infinitive phrase. third type of phrases, gerund phrase. A gerund phrase is a phrase introduced by a gerund, verbal noun in ing form. For example, writing poems is my hobby. The phrase is writing poems. It was introduced by a gerund, writing, a verbal noun in ing form. Thus, this is a gerund phrase. Next example. Stating the problem was not easy. Stating the problem is the phrase. It starts with the word stating, which is a gerund. It is a verbal noun in ing form. This is a gerund phrase. Last example. Having announced the change in date, the group leaders talked to the members. The phrase is having announced the change in date. As you can see, it starts with a gerund. That is why it is considered as a gerund phrase. Did you get it all? If you have questions or clarifications, feel free to comment it down. Now, let us have some practice. Let us check if you've learned from this video. In this practice, all you have to do is to identify what type of phrase is the one underlined in each sentence. Is it a prepositional phrase introduced by a preposition? An infinitive phrase introduced by an infinitive like to? Or a gerund phrase introduced by a gerund, a verbal noun in ing form? Alright, I have 10 items for you to answer within 30 seconds each. Are you now ready? That's great. For the first one, I love eating sweets. The underlined phrase is eating sweets. Is it a prepositional phrase, an infinitive phrase, or a gerund phrase? Here is your 30 seconds and it starts now. Ten seconds. Time's up. Eating sweets is a gerund phrase. Very good. Next one. To teach is a noble profession. Is it a prepositional phrase, an infinitive phrase, or a gerund phrase? Your timer starts now. Ten seconds. It's up. The phrase here is to teach, and it is an infinitive phrase. Amazing. Next, we are excited to talk about the twins. Your timer starts now. 5 seconds. Time's up. The phrase about the twins is introduced by the word about, which is a preposition. Thus, this is a prepositional phrase. That's correct. Next one. Mother asked me to dance like no one is watching. Your timer starts now. Three. It's up. To dance like no one is watching. That is our phrase, right? So this is what? Is it prepositional, infinitive, or gerund phrase? It is an infinitive phrase because the phrase is introduced by the infinitive to. Very good. Next one. Zai asked the singer to perform for her. Your timer starts now. Ten seconds. Time is up. The phrase is for her. It is a prepositional phrase because the phrase starts with a preposition which is for. So for her, that is a prepositional phrase. Good. Next one. Running with scissors is dangerous. Your timer starts now. 5. It's up. The phrase running with scissors is introduced by the word running, which has ing at the end of it, right? So that means that it is a gerund phrase because it starts with a gerund. Okay, next one. The most important thing is believing in God. Your timer starts now. Five seconds. Time is up. The phrase is believing in God. It is introduced by the word believing, which is a gerund, right? So that is a gerund phrase. Wonderful. Here's next. Let us see if they could travel on their own. The phrase is on their own. Your timer starts now. 5 seconds. Time is up. On their own, the word on is a preposition, meaning on their own is a prepositional phrase because the phrase is introduced by a preposition. Very good. Second to the last, the officer came to help the inspectors. Your timer starts now. Ready, seconds. Five. Time is up. In this sentence, the underlined phrase is to help the inspectors. The phrase is introduced by to, which is an infinitive one, right? So that is an infinitive phrase. Very good. For the last one, the 3 thieves were arrested by the police. Your timer starts now. Time's up. The underlined phrase in this sentence is by the police. As you can see, this phrase is introduced by the word by, which is a preposition. Therefore, it is a prepositional phrase. Very good. Congratulations, you did an amazing job. Again, this video taught you about phrases. Phrases are a group of related words used as a single part of speech. We emphasized 3 types of phrases. First is the prepositional phrase, a phrase introduced by a preposition. Second is the infinitive phrase, a phrase introduced by an infinitive verb. And third is the gerund phrase, a phrase introduced by a gerund. I hope that you enjoyed and you've learned something from this video. If you have questions or clarifications, feel free to comment it down. Thank you for watching. See you in my next videos. Have a great day ahead. Stay safe always. Bye!